Hello, everyone. Welcome to the episode of Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
I'm Justy.
I'm Ant-Man 852674851.
And
what
we
do
have
all those numbers
special
mean?
guest here today.
Oh my frick, that's
Grogu.
Grogu.
It's Grogu.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Can I get you
You know,
autograph Grogu?
He's only half of the Mandalorian Grogu.
That's the
What a
movie for
transition.
today.
That's the movie for today. I brought
wish I
him
got
with
the
me to the movie
popcorn
when I went to
bucket.
see it.
So did the person next to me, actually, and she bought it a seat.
She
Aww.
bought the popcorn
Grogu.
bucket a seat.
No. She had a stuffed Grogu, and she bought a seat for Grogu. So I sat next to Grogu the entire film.
Love that. I just had him on my lap the whole time, and I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
That's
let's
cute.
go.
It was great. I loved him.
I kinda
Justin,
lost
what
my
was the Mandalorian
stuffy
Grogu about?
To a movie. But maybe I gotta work on that to just let everyone know that I came with friends to this movie. I didn't come in alone. That's valuable in itself. Movie's not
Justin, what's this movie about?
little me. Well,
Little you.
so the Mandalorian and Grogu is season 3.5 of the hit show The Mandalorian and Grogu on Disney Plus. In this
Well,
adventure,
show's actually only called The Mandalorian.
that is called The Mandalorian. You're right. So you're right. When you're right, you're right. You're right. So
Important.
in this episode / season of the show, we have another wacky adventure for our dynamic duo. The Mandalorian, of course, a soldier from a descendant, part of the group, the Mandalorians from the planet Mandalore. But Mando doesn't have origins in Mandalore in terms of family, but he was a foundling, so he's not really connected to it, but he has like the cultural connection to Mando. You get what I mean, right? So he's
I get what you mean, yeah.
But Grogu comes from a line, not even a line. Grogu is I hate full screen. Grogu is one, a powerful Force user, which is a very different, distinct area of the Star Wars universe. So you have an entity that's spiritual, or at least has the ability to really connect spiritually, and is destined to be like the space wizard. And the other guy is the big tough soldier. And the Jedi and the Mandalorians, they don't really historically really connect, but here you have these two individuals who become like this little found family, and they learn a lot from each other about each other's worlds. The movie's not at all about that, but that's like background. So you have the Mandalorian and Grogu.
This is why I put you in the single for so long, because I was waiting for you to
for payoff.
keep going. Yeah.
So
and it was worth it. It was worth it.
Movie is about is if you were watching the show, the duo has recently started more specifically working for the New Republic, the post-Empire leadership of the galaxy in Star Wars, the good guys. There you go.
But that's where season 3
deal
ends.
with the remnants of the evil empire that's been disbanded and whatnot. So the movie starts with some action where Mando takes down some post-Imperials, and then he gets a mission to help hunt down one of the big guys, a big kahuna of the post-Imperial legacy. And to do so, he has to go on a rescue mission to bring a slug back to its slug friends.
It's not a
The
slug.
slug friends might have some bad intentions, but they're going to lead him to the leader. But also the leader might pop up along the way. It's a crisscross of allegiances, and things get a little wacky, a little dicey. And if Mando's good at one thing, it's making sure that things are handled messily.
Messily.
and he'll be sure to leave
Perfect.
the head of the New Republic dispatch saying that one was pretty messy, Mando. And Mando goes, "Oh, I got the job done," and they'll go, "You sure did." And
I
that's
feel like there are
the
small
Mandalorian and
spoilers
Grogu.
in that.
It's more what?
I feel like there's some small spoilers in that.
Yeah, maybe.
I
But
think
like,
I
I
think
think
part.
it's so rambly that I don't think anyone's really gonna pick up on details. It's
I
a
think
crisscross
it's
of
vague
this
enough.
and this
Yeah,
and that.
it's also just vague enough where like if you don't know, you don't know, and if you do know, you do know. You know what I mean? So like I think it's one of those kind of overarching but also the whole moment of like the doing it messy I think is within the first 10 minutes of the movie.
This is true.
This is the way.
And if you go to an AMC theaters, you might get a collectible
I
card.
think I lost it.
Whoa!
I had it, and I think I lost it. Or it's on my
I
desk.
saw it in
I
Dolby. Did you have to see it like a specific format, or did they give it
saw
out
it
to
in
just
Dolby.
anyone?
Yeah, that's what I did.
saw it in IMAX 3D.
Oh,
can't just toss it
yikes,
like
Cameron!
that.
IMAX?
Hold on, I want to see if I can.
This
Yeah, I'm an
movie's
IMAX
built for
boy.
Dolby. This movie's
This movie's built for IMAX.
movie
It
was
was filmed
built
for
for
IMAX.
Dolby.
It was
Was it? I don't
filmed
know.
for IMAX.
I don't.
It was
I don't
literally
know.
filmed with IMAX cameras. Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah, but hey,
Yay!
so, but my friend John Favreau, I almost said Filoni. John Favreau started my movie saying Dolby is the peak experience. It shows a
And
movie.
mine was
how
started with
how the filmmaker
and I
envisioned
had
the
a
movie.
Mandalorian themed IMAX intro that's like forged for IMAX.
No, it said Forged for Dolby.
Did it really?
We had
Oh my
we had our
gosh.
own Dolby intro
We had our own IMAX intro.
with John
so we were all
Favreau.
duped. This is insane.
We had our own
This is
Dolby
crazy.
intro.
Gaslighting
I don't remember
us.
the Dolby intro.
What? I watched it yesterday.
I did too.
Did you guys see it at the same time? No. I'm
Highly
assuming
doubted.
not.
Did you see
That'd
it
be
at 10
so
o'clock?
funny. I watched it with my dad.
Wait, what time did you go, Justin?
3:00.
No, I saw it at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And I saw it at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday.
On
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Germany, you know.
Yeah, they do everything better.
I did.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it was.
So
seeing that in IMAX 3D was so much fun with the big, and then with the. I mean, I think I don't have to spoil it. It's not a spoiler thing, but because it's in the opening, like before the credits, with the AT-ATs, and just, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I had fun. Overall thoughts.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I
Cameron. I thought you were
I-
gonna point to one of us. So go ahead.
had so much fun. This was, I think, one of the best Star Wars films in this current era of Star Wars. Yeah, I had a blast. I was smiling the whole time. I was laughing all the time. I loved it. I felt the story was good. I don't think it was like the strongest part of it, but that was fine. But I really enjoyed it being this self-contained story that you didn't need to have that much like pre-knowledge of everything
Not at all.
in order to understand what was going on. And you also aren't going to lose anything if you decide not to see the movie and decide to go straight into season 4 whenever that inevitably comes out. And I really appreciate that. I think that's something that Marvel needs to take a very hard look at and, kind of.
Yeah, you did not.
When were you a Marvel experts?
I know it enough to know that if you don't connect, weave.
No, I'm not
always
taking
get all
this
the
argument
things.
from someone who's just listening to other people's opinions online and regurgitating it.
Ooh.
I've seen enough Marvel movies to be able to forge my own opinions.
Uh-oh.
I have points to make in reply, but first I got to talk about my own experience with Mandalorian and Grogu, and then I could say the things I want to say right now. But let's move to Anthony.
See, Cameron, I disagree with you 1,000%. I wanted there to be connection with the show, and it felt like I was watching some spin-off. Like, you know how in anime they have like the main storyline and the spin-off? This felt like a spin-off movie for 2 hours.
Was it?
Good.
I don't disagree. I don't agree with that though.
I wouldn't say
I
it was
don't
a
agree
bad
though.
spin-off, but it was like you're gonna spend all this money, all this time, all this energy, make a movie more meaningful for the plot of the franchise.
There is a meaning to the plot of this franchise for the franchise. I just think you don't need to have seen it in order to go on with your life. Like I think there's repercussions.
I guess it's not like as like
And there's
this
repercussions that
movie
were
reminds
started
me of
within
Rogue
the
One.
show.
This movie
This
reminds me a lot of Rogue One.
get ripped apart on Letterboxd for saying that one. Oh wow.
Me or just
I
me
loved
and
Rogue
Cameron?
One though. I
This
really
felt
loved
like a
Rogue
Rogue
I
One.
know
One. It
Star
felt
Wars
like Rogue One,
fans,
but
and I'm
Mando
just
style.
saying I think the average like hardcore Star Wars fan would not like you saying that. I don't feel strongly, but I
What
because
with that? I don't know, but
we'll
Rogue
talk about
One
like reception to the movie and whatnot.
has an impact to the story, right? Rogue One feels so insular because we already know how it's going to end. So it's not that
True.
Right, we just
it's
have to
not that
pretend we didn't see The Force Awakens. Like what you mean a direct ending, of course.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is
no, you know how Rogue One is going to physically end specifically. But the same thing with Andor, right? Andor, Grogu, it's fine. Andor also, right? If you go with the same thing, you know how Andor is going to end too, because it's the same exact capsulated universe as Rogue One. And then you have I forget where this plays
They're like
between
spin-offs.
what Rogue One plays between 4 and 5, but they're not because they're still on the timeline. You're just seeing the whole blow up of the Death Star through a different perspective. Which is that a spin-off if it's just the same moment but a different point of view? Isn't Rogue One? Oh no, Rogue One's the Death Star plans, right? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Which has meaning to
Rogue
other
One and Episode 4 do not take place at the same time, but like one picks off where the other leaves off.
Yes.
Yeah, but is that a
Rogue One is like the
spin-off?
first in
But
the
it's because
franchise.
it's the same timeline. A spin-off usually is like a different.
Why are we using the phrase
No.
spin-off? It's just
Okay.
it's just a prequel.
Because that's the word Anthony used, and so I
Spin-off
said
does
it's
not
not.
mean like a spin-off is essentially, in my opinion, I guess maybe that's not the definition of spin-off. In my opinion, spin-off is something that like is different or B-roll essentially of the franchise, doesn't have a direct impact to the story. Like the Andor episode 4.
Then going to Mandalorian, this is the literal continuation of the end of season 3.
Yeah.
But like it just
Because
felt
the
like
end of
it
season
just
3,
felt like
they're
a
in the
longer
same
It
exact.
felt like the whole season in one whole movie.
Okay.
Would have been a rough season. If this was the entire plot of a full season of television,
that would have been what, 4 episodes, 5 episodes, 4 episodes, right?
if it was the exact
half a
same
season
runtime. Here's my thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, Justin, what are your thoughts?
I knew we'd have a good time when Cameron said that this was top 5 or top 10 material of all the podcast films we've seen. I think this was if you think about it, this was
what?
kind
That's
of
what you said. You literally started that question.
Yes, I did
I just
to
agreed
gauge your
with you.
reaction, and then you reacted positively to me saying that, and I made a mental note.
I hate you.
I think this was kind of like
sucks.
the John Wick of the Star Wars franchise. And a statement that I purposefully made to get reactions out of both of you.
I hate this so much.
So
what does that mean?
It doesn't mean a lot. I mean, like I've heard the comparison to John Wick to this movie outside of my own originality, saying that that's how the movie starts.
Man goes pew pew and does a tacky tack. Congratulations.
Yeah, but the way
now?
that he strikes fear in enemies and feels oftentimes invincible, right? That he could fight in ways that just no one else around him can. But that's neither here nor there. I think this was a neat, nice movie.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you.
I think this movie would suck if I wasn't so endeared to the main two characters.
Thank you, Justin.
The two main characters are so endearing inherently. I'm so attached to them that I will watch their adventures all day. I like the main side character that they introduce in this movie quite a lot.
Which
but
one?
I would say that my overall takeaway is it kind of feels like fluff. I think if all this was squeezed into one episode of the Mandalorian TV show, I would call it a middle episode out of the whole full spectrum of episodes. There are episodes of the Mandalorian and Grogu that made me really, really feel things, and there's ones that kind of suck. This one's nice in the middle. This one's friendly. It doesn't shake up the characters.
I hate this.
Doesn't make them question anything at any point. It's just they're on another adventure, and it's not the movie's not really about anything thematically. It's just here's a space fantasy romp and have fun. And I'm like, yeah, I had fun. It was nice.
I would argue that the person that gets the character development in this film is Grogu and not Jar.
I could see that.
And I think
Grogu...
he that's why it is Mandalorian and Grogu, because Grogu is the actual person the actual character that gets an arc in this film.
They wanted to grow
Mandalorian doesn't.
The arc is an interesting word. Throw up the spoilers. Let's talk about that.
What do you yeah.
Arc. Listen, I've tried to explore
there is character
how to
growth
define
with
the arcs
Grogu
in this movie, so I want help. I
feel the story is Grogu's coming of age story.
Yeah, I feel like every episode of The Mandalorian and Grogu, I guess, could be defined.
But this one more than
because he's using the Force
others
more, and he's understanding things around him.
But he is going on his own. My argument is that Grogu actually can become not just the cute kid who does little neat tricks, and the focus is pushed not fully off of, but more off of Jar the Mandalorian than normal, to give Grogu a little bit more room to do his own thing. I don't think we've had a growth like this from him since he chooses to leave Luke in the Book of Boba Fett. That would be my argument.
Sure, and maybe it's partly because I haven't watched the show since season 3 came out, and that's been 2 years now or something.
Yeah, I just watched Boba Fett and season 3 back to back,
and so you're a little more fresh than I am for sure. But watching this movie, I didn't feel like I saw Grogu do anything that felt out of place with things that I've seen him do before. Nor do I feel like the movie set up anything that's Grogu at the beginning of the movie says out loud in human English, Din Djarin, I'd rather not be the mature one and go on this adventure all in my lonesome. And Din Djarin goes, well, one day you're gonna have to do that, he says, like Obi-Wan. Obviously it's hard to do that with a character like this, but I didn't feel like anything was set up in that way to provide a juxtaposition from beginning to end. What's different about end Grogu than beginning Grogu? I don't know, maybe
being more active as a character versus more passive. If you think about the
beginning of the movie, though, you had Grogu okay, I'm gonna jump in my little hover stroller and lightning bolt to go try to catch the guy. Grogu's doing things right from the beginning, right? And he's able to help to find Din Djarin because he's with the other little guys, the Babu Fricks. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they're working as a little team. Grogu's working in a team always, right? I mean, I do really like the section of the movie where Mando was out and Grogu makes a little hut and is trying to find ways to help. He's not great at it. He he just kind of stumbles into a guy that's oh, I heard that your friend's in trouble. Here's the antidote.
Here's the antidote. Yeah,
Here's
it's kind
the
of
thing.
the very Deus ex
I
machina
don't
of
know
it
if
all.
like you can't even really make an argument that Grogu like earns that. It's just that Grogu stumbled upon the right person and hid behind a box for a moment. And like I don't think that's like obviously I want something more there, but for me I'm like it's an episode of the show, just longer.
And yeah, I mean, I will not disagree. And I said this at the beginning, right? I don't think the story is my favorite part of this film. I think it could have been stronger.
I like watching Grogu.
Fully.
And sometimes that's enough.
And it was the music, which so got me. Like,
it's cool. It's very cool.
The music, you got Ludwig in there who, like, man, what a guy. He's the guy that wrote the music. He wrote the music for Sinners. He wrote the music for Oppenheimer. He wrote the music for Black Panther. He was the writer for The Odyssey. This is like one of the hottest like scoring artists right now of our generation.
I haven't seen a picture of him. You think he's that hot?
I meant more talented than physically, but I bet you think he's pretty cute.
I'll look
yeah.
We'll keep going.
The music and the camera work and the characters I think are just so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
That even though the story is secondary and I can understand that, I don't care and I still have fun. And that's all I was expecting of this movie. And so my expectations were met.
I'm fascinated though by we love comparisons here. We're talking about favorite Star Wars movies of the era. So let's talk about what the era is, right? Because the era is Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. That's the trio. Then we have Rogue One, Solo, Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm missing one. I feel like. Am I missing something?
I think that's it. Because then everything else is TV shows.
I guess so. I guess in my
head,
you have
Bad Batch because TV shows. You have Bad Batch. You have Mando. You have Boba Fett. You have Andor. You have the new Darth Maul show. Like
Ahsoka,
but I don't think there's any other films.
Obi-Wan, Young Jedi Adventures.
They're all
Tales
shows
of the series. That's Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Underworld. Yeah, there's a lot. But yeah, I guess it is just
it's those 6
movies. So rank it out of 6, baby. Go on.
You want me to rank it?
I want both of you to rank it, and then if you're lucky, I'll do it too.
I would do. Oh man, I think I'd still put Rogue One over this. So Rogue One, Mando, Episode 8, Episode 7, Episode 9, and then Solo.
Solo below Rise of Skywalker. I don't even know if I disagree.
I mean, it's tight. Like it's tight.
Whichever one you put lower is like brutal, knowing the other one.
Yeah, right. Like that's the issue. It's like you have two very pieces of poop in a poop pile. Like, and we can have the argument that Solo is better than Skywalker. I will have that argument. I will. It is. I will see that. I haven't seen Solo in a really long time.
Solo is just so dry and unfun. I like Lando and his weird droid relationship and their uprising. But that's such a small part of the movie, and I can't really say I like anything else. And for a movie about Han Solo, the most charismatic character in all of Star Wars, or at least top 3, but the rest of them are like animated characters.
You didn't like Solo?
No.
No, I love the quick no.
But it's really tough going from the most charismatic live action Star Wars character to whoever this guy is and watching him for 2 hours. It is just a dry, unfun
Justin, experience. You haven't ranked him yet.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll go Rise of Skywalker.
You're going down to up, I assume.
Huh?
You're going down to up.
Yeah. I still have to figure it out as I go.
Gotcha.
Same. I gotta remember.
Right. So Rise of Skywalker, Solo. I think after that I do Mando and Grogu.
Wow, no.
I agree.
Then I do. I'm not a big Rogue One guy. I probably go do Rogue One next, then Force Awakens, and then on top Last Jedi, Episode 8.
See, but it doesn't feel like Last Jedi is like higher on your list because it's that great. It's just higher on your list because everything else feels worse.
I love half of Last Jedi, and it is like the A plot stuff. I think there's like a B plot and a C plot, depending on how you want to split things up, that are kind of not much in terms of not particularly impactful to me. But I love Rey and Luke and Kylo. Those three who are meant to be the centerpiece of this movie. I think all their stuff is really strong in that movie. I'm not crazy.
In Force Awakens, Luke isn't Luke not in the film until like the last 5 minutes?
You're thinking of 7. That's
you talk. Oh no, I love Last Jedi. No, I said 7. The fact that you put 7 so high.
Well, I put 8 at the top. 7.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Let me take it all back. I thought we were talking about 8. Those were my 8 opinions. 7. I think it's really fun. I think it's maybe the most fun movie out of these 6. I think the characters are great. Their chemistry is at their best out of these 6 movies. I think, other than Mandalorian and Grogu. With just with one another, but I think there's more to like in Force Awakens in terms of its characters. It introduces a lot of mythos that got people, including me, up in a frenzy. I think there's just a lot to really enjoy about that movie. I think in terms of fun romp, I have more fun in the adventure sense with Force Awakens than Mandalorian and Grogu. I really like that movie. I think how the trilogy ends puts a bit of a damper on both 7 and 8. Knowing that
9 was so bad. 9 was so bad.
Which is why I'd put that one at the bottom, Rise of Skywalker. But out of the 6.
So bad. So bad.
But like I think 7's a lot of fun. I think 8 is so fascinating.
I'm surprised that you put Mando
really
Grogu under Rogue One, because you're notoriously a Rogue One hater.
When it came out,
so
I don't know if I'd feel the same way now. I'm sure Andor as a show has probably brought Rogue One up. So I'll probably
I haven't seen Andor.
Andor is supposed to be amazing.
It's awesome. It's pretty awesome.
It's supposed to be the best Star Wars
show. I didn't care about the character Andor in Rogue One.
Well, it reminds me of Goonies of Star Wars, right?
Say again?
It's like the Goonies of Star Wars, I heard.
You might be thinking of Skeleton Crew.
I am thinking of Skeleton Crew. Thank you, Justin.
Which I did not watch, but I gather I'd probably love it. But I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Who hates Goonies, you know?
Yeah, there you go. I'll watch Goonies one day, yeah. Anyway.
You mean The Goonies, like the movie The Goonies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was very confused because The Goonies has nothing to do with Star Wars.
No, but like the plot of Skeleton Crew, a lot of people were talking is very similar.
Right, but that has nothing to do with The Goonies, the movie, The Goonies.
No, that's nothing to do with The Goonies movies.
But
no,
Anthony's just talking about the comparison to Anthony just said, "Oh, it's like the Goonies of Star Wars," referring to Skeleton Crew, thinking Skeleton Crew was Andor.
Correct.
Got you. I was very confused.
Aren't we all?
Okay.
Aren't we all? So now, Anthony, do you want to give us rankings? Do you have rankings? Do you care enough to give rankings? What's your Star Wars background? How much do you care? Because I understand that Cameron cares a lot, and I care a decent amount.
With my dad, and in my opinion, the original trilogy, obviously the best one.
Well,
so I go Return of the Jedi, and then I go New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. That's like my top 3. Cool. I know it's different order than like everyone else's, but
a lot of people would put Empire New Hope at the top, but I like the originality here.
Yeah, I remember like Return of the Jedi. I remember it more. Like it was more. I don't know. It's just more emotionally like.
Yeah, it is.
It's also like the ending of like the happy. Yeah.
Happy.
Then I'm gonna go. The Phantom Menace, obviously, Attack on the Clones, Revenge is no. Yeah, I'm gonna go those.
We
two.
forget. I mean, we forget how bad those movies are.
It's bad.
We do not.
We forget how.
Speak for
Yes, we
yourself.
do.
I don't forget.
Oh no, I don't either. But I went to the
Although
movies
The
with
Force
someone who
Awakens
was
is
like,
better
"Revenge
than
of the
the
Sith
Revenge
is
of the
not that
Sith.
bad of a movie."
Oh no, but that's a good movie.
The Attack of
No,
the
it's
Clones
not.
is pretty bad. Honestly, no,
I don't
I'm
like
do
the
that. I'm
first
sorry.
two. I
gonna do
think
that.
the third one's really good.
I'm gonna go
The
Force
third
Awakenings for
was
number
bad.
4, then
Did
Phantom
you say
Menace.
Force Awakenings?
Yes, as number 4. Then the Phantom Menace. Then the Attack of the Clones.
As in Force Awakens?
No, Awakenings. I want to
Should
be
make a
awakened.
compilation of Anthony mispronouncing different movies and
That's
then
a
putting
lot
them
of
in.
editing.
Continue list.
I'm okay. That's a lot of editing.
Continue list.
And then I'll go Revenge of the Sith, The Last Jedi. Then I'll probably go Rogue One, Solo. I did not see Boba Fett, so I can't really rank that
This
one.
is still a TV show.
No, okay.
It'd probably be at the bottom. So
Probably at the bottom. Mando in that. I don't know why I'm gonna put Mando in that though, because like
Boba Fett isn't that bad. Y'all are hating on Boba Fett. I am so
I like
mad.
the Mandalorian
really
and Grogu
enjoyed that
episodes of
I
the
know
book
you
of
do,
Boba
and
Fett.
I liked, but I
It
also
is
like Boba
so
Fett.
boring.
I don't know where I'm gonna put Mando. Mando would probably be like number 8 or 7.
I
thought it was better
I've
than
lost
Rogue
the
One.
plot because
how
Justin and I
low
ranked
less.
very differently than you did. So
Honestly, it's hard for me to imagine Anthony liking Last Jedi, so I can't even complain about that one. That's the only one that I feel like I'm like very off of you on is Last Jedi, where I'm like, gosh, such a cool movie.
I ranked 7 lower than y'all, so that's you know.
That's what you like about 7.
I do like 7. I just think the others are better.
Fair enough.
I like the others more. It's not even that I don't like the movies. It's that I just like the others more. I came out of Rogue One and had a really good time and felt really positive. I came out of this movie and came out just like, I don't know, I came out of it happy. I came out of it content. And I came out of it just with a smile on my face and being like, I had a good time. I had a good time and I was not expecting more. And I'm just like, what do you like? There's nothing else that I wanted coming out of this movie. And like, you know, like I wasn't expecting like the masterpiece. Like I think we are past the era of Star Wars being the masterpiece that it once was. And that's you know, but I came into this thinking this is going to be fun. And I came out of it saying, man, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that was
it.
Had right.
Rada, the muscle slug. And really, isn't that all you want in a Star Wars movie?
Yeah,
Rada Fett. What a guy.
Actually, I quite liked Rada. I'd like to see more Rada.
Rada Fett.
Although my favorite side character was the one that was voiced by Martin Scorsese.
Oh, Monkey Man.
That was my favorite side character for no reason.
I quite liked him. I thought he was really good.
He was my favorite character because I love Scorsese. Because, you know,
I thought it was a perfect casting, no notes, 10 out of 10.
No, I thought that little guy was great. Sigourney Weaver was in it, and she
also really weirdly strong of a decent character too. I thought she was in it for all of 10 minutes, but like she did it well.
She said the same line over and over again. Not to be fair though, Rada kind of did also, but like I still like Rada.
I like those two. And then Anthony, to bring back to your point, the twins are in Boba Fett. The Hutt twins, they're in Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's what I want more of. The Hutts.
No. Like, what I'm saying is there was no connection. Enough where like,
so I did not know that they were in Boba Fett.
Enough where I remembered them.
Zeb was in this movie. We don't know Zeb.
2 things. Was it a big role in Boba Fett? That's number 1. And then number 2 is
they're like the villains.
Wouldn't you want to make a Mando film flow with the Mando movies?
You mean show? No.
Movie, not Mando. Not with the Mando show or with the rest of the
I would like to keep my boys. I like to keep it separate. I don't want to have to weave in between media to have to understand the whole timeline.
It does feel a
I'm
little
happy
tough
with
when you
yeah.
invest all this
Sorry.
time into the show, and I feel like watching this movie, there's nothing that happens in this movie that feels like it rewards a viewer for having seen the show. Like,
Sure.
you could have seen 0 episodes and be like, oh, it's Star Wars. Yeah, I get it. You know, like, it'd be nice for any little things. I don't know, but it's a standalone movie that is meant to like be another adventure. And if you don't watch the movie, you miss nothing if you jump from season 3 to season 4.
I'll be honest with you.
Except maybe Rada will show up in 4.
Maybe Rada will show up before, and the twins are now gone, so they won't be a menace. Which they
Ooh, the
haven't been a menace
Phantom
since middle of Boba Fett. So, but they were like threatening to come back to Tatooine. So guess not anymore. I think I'll be very honest. I think part of that is that they were afraid to do so.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I think this is the issue that Anthony has identified, which I don't find to be an issue personally, but the issue that he's identified is one solely that can be placed on the blame of the fact that the studio wouldn't have greenlit it if it was connected, because they didn't want this film to go nowhere, and the show to kind of go nowhere as a result. And I think that's the thing you run into. And
yet the reviews are not great. Are
the reviews not great?
The gross hasn't been amazing, especially for a Star Wars movie. Everything's kind of middling for this movie.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't that much hype either with this movie for a Star Wars movie. Like Rogue One had more hype than this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was also the first non-mainline Star Wars movie, so like people were like fascinated. But I do think there's more to get out of Rogue One in terms of like
there is more.
This is something you've never seen before. Yeah. Whereas Mandalorian and Grogu, it's like, oh, you've seen the show. It's kind of like more of that. Do you like the show? Here's another episode, but it's longer. And I'm like, yeah, I do like the show. I like when things are anyway. But like, it's good. It's fun. It's nice. It's nice. Nice is nice. Unless you disagree.
It's a good like it's a fun watch. Like it makes you feel good, it makes you laugh. Especially the lightning bug scene with Grogu.
Nice.
That was cute. I was like, that was cute. And then the fisherman scene when he steals the fish, I thought that was cute too.
Cute.
I was like, the whole scene was like, oh, I just want to squeeze him, and like have him be like my little partner, my partner in crime.
Mando's gone through some like real emotional hardships in the show.
I think the issue,
There's not
no, but I don't. Where do you go?
And that's what
Mando?
I wanted.
Like,
I wanted this was just fun.
Anything. You get creative, Cameron.
Thing. I wanted that hardship.
It's not for me to answer how. It's not the audience's job to do the creativity for the people making the movie. Like I could pitch 1,000 things that they could do to further growth for the characters, but they chose to make a movie where that wasn't the case. But at the same time, I'm not gonna slam the Simpsons movie for not allowing the characters to grow. If the show's goal is to like kind of just like exist in this void of here's the characters, they're just gonna do their thing, and they don't want the movie to interfere with that, like, okay, I'm not gonna enjoy the movie as much. But I understand why that's the case, and that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of the Simpsons movie, but I quite like that movie.
I did too.
But I think it's pretty telling that in terms of like characters and growth, we don't really seem to have a lot to say, and we're defaulting to let's talk about other Star Wars movies. Because this is a fun, cute movie, and that's my review. I give it a 3,000 out of 10. It was awesome. and I'll watch.
I don't know. I
season
had a
4
good time.
and enjoy it.
I had a fun time. And that's what I was expecting to have.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I'm not saying it's not
like,
fun, but like I
feel
was
like
expecting more than just fun.
I wasn't. See, I wasn't. This is what I was expecting. Like, truly, this felt like what season 3 felt like. I didn't think there was much more depth in season 3 than this, maybe a little bit, but you know, I come out of this movie going, I had a really good time. I had a smile and Grogu was there, and that's all I was really expecting out of this movie. And I think partially of that is the fact that we are dealing with a studio that is just not going to take risks.
George.
Yeah,
And
no.
so that's kind of where we ended up, right? We end up with a movie just like all the other, just like a bunch of other movies made by Disney that is just going to exist, and it's not going to take a big risk. So I did not expect
Yay.
anything else within this film. I did not expect anything else to happen, and so I had a really good time with the expectations that I had. This is the most fun I've had in a movie in a really long time because the characters are just so dang amazing, just so dang fun, and nothing else. And the camera work is pretty cool, and the world building is also pretty nice.
It's especially cool in the first like 10 minutes in terms of like
Yeah.
camera work and action.
I love those opening credits. And I just seen Top Gun too. It just felt like this Top Gun-esque kind of like we're at a base and we're setting up the shots. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. It might be that time, Cameron.
To rate.
Do we really have nothing else to say?
You tell me. I don't know. Anything more to say about Rada? I like Rada's.
He was jacked.
Rada says the same things over and over again.
You guys see his arms.
That was a great fight. I love that fight
scene.
Like,
the guy was
jacked. For everything about this movie, the fighting in this movie was a lot of fun.
Well, it was
a lot of
when Mando's taken out guys. It looks cool. It feels cool. The rest is like it's fine. Like I mean like in the first 10 minutes, he's entering a base and going pew pew pew, and everyone's scared of him, and he just knows what to do at all times. I'm like,
yeah, I think once you end up stopping, well, once you get into like the virtual effects, kind of the VFX kind of fighting, it gets a little weaker. Because anything that's like in person, like anything that's real and that you can tell is real, is more interesting to me. Like the whole end fight, the final battle, I thought was also really well done.
I'm trying to picture it.
That's the one with the two bounty hunters fighting. That one's really well done.
Rolling around together.
It's short though. It's a very short film. Not short film. Sorry, short fight.
I did not feel like it was shorts.
It was not short.
I didn't think it was short either.
Short fight scene. I was expecting more, and I do agree with Justin with it is the John Wick of Star Wars. Because it was.
What does that mean?
He was just fighting the whole time.
No. I think Anthony's right, and I don't think we need to elaborate. Points for Anthony.
No, I'm not giving a point to Anthony for that. No.
You just don't like John Wick.
I don't like John Wick.
And neither do I. Points for Anthony.
The sympathy for the fact that I don't like John Wick. All right, Anthony, you only get one of those a month.
That's fair.
Justin, you get points for whatever. Shut up.
It's true.
You don't get to complain. I would like to point to points board. Let's move up for the points board real quick. Where you have 8, Justin. Anthony has 6.
Oh yeah.
I have 4, and Jack has 2.
Wow, we need to get Jack more points. Good point for Jack.
I don't want to hear the complaint.
Jack
wasn't here, so he doesn't get to get a point.
Was he supposed to be here?
Who knows?
Debatable.
It's time, Cameron.
Fine. It's time to rate that movie. Look, I'll start. I think I'm going to give the most positive review.
Yay!
I originally gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm bumping it down to a 7.
Why? Is it because me and Justin?
I think I've gotten myself. I had a lot of fun, and it was the endorphins that come in. But I think the fact of the story was so of a nothing burger, and I knew it, but I just ignored it. I think, like, the more I think about it, the more it just gets to me that we could have had more. But Grogu's in it, but I do think you can. But I think you can do both. Tell a story that's impactful, but also will not ruin the show if you haven't seen the movie.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think this movie doesn't do that. So 7 out of 10. I think that's still a really high score, and I had a really good time.
Here's my note on that for the studio, right? You remember that time where they had a incredibly pivotal element of the Mandalorian show happen in the Boba Fett show, but they couldn't have anything of major significance in the Mandalorian worlds happen in the Mandalorian movie? I don't know. Maybe because people complains about the Boba Fett thing. They're like, "Oh,
yeah,
we can't do this in a movie." But it's not like they're hiding that a Mandalorian thing is happening. There's nothing hidden about the Mandalorian and Grogu existing. Yeah. So I think there's a little different. It's a little different, if you ask me. But you don't have to. But if you want to, you can.
But you already answered, so I don't need to ask you.
Oh, shucks. Anthony,
I don't disagree, Justin. I think you can do both. Make something significant and not life-changing to a show. Or do it enough where it still works within a show's boundaries after the fact.
Anthony rating.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 too. I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again with my dad to have the experience with him. He's probably gonna like it a lot more than me. Maybe not. My dad kind of likes every Star Wars film there is. I don't think he has one that he does not like.
Nice.
He's a big science fiction guy. But yeah, I'm giving 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I had fun watching it. I was expecting more. I was expecting it to almost be like Rise of Skywalker, to be like the prequels and all this. As far as like
Rise of Skywalker, jeez, okay. You have low expectations on that one then.
Okay, not as far as like the plot was relevant as much as you guys probably hate the movie, and I also didn't like it, but I was expecting it to be more relevant to the main storyline of Star Wars.
Sure. Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Interesting. Justin, how do you rank that movie? Since you don't rate it, you rank it.
Hey, well, let's take a look at the rankings list. I have Mandalorian and or Grogu out of the 62 podcast films that I've watched at number 40.
That's
low. I have it below Michael and Goat, and I have it above Sisu and David Attenborough's Ocean.
Yeah, I think
it's I also think Michael's too high.
Is Sisu higher than this?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Also, Michael's lower than this.
Michael was kind of dazzled and was always
I agree. Michael
involved in the movie in a way where during the Mandalorian Grogu, I was hitting the parts of the movie where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't check my watch, but this sequence has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah,
I never had that on Mandalorian. I had that on Michael.
And ain't that just the way?
That is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
That's the way. Yeah, I mean, I have it right under Goat. Goat was a really well-made movie that just wasn't very challenging in terms of its story structure and predictability.
That kind of feels like a great way to describe Mandalorian Grogu.
Yeah, I realized that as I was saying it.
Yeah,
maybe Sisu is better than this. Maybe I got to think about that. But Mando and Grogu as characters versus Sisu as a character, I mean that might give this movie an edge.
It will.
I have this movie above Tron Ares by several slots.
That's not that high of a praise that you think it is.
I have this
That is
movie
not that high.
8 spots higher than John Wick, and this is the John Wick of Star Wars.
That makes no sense. Stop it. Stop it. This is not okay. I hate this.
I have this movie
This bit.
40
stop it.
spots higher than The Last Unicorn. So that's how much
How?
I like
Only
this.
60. If there's only 60 spots, then how can
I
there
meant
be
to say
40
20.
spots?
20 spots higher than The Last Unicorn.
How? No, sorry. We can't have
It's
this going
19
on that we're
higher than the
comparing this movie
Minecraft
to John
movie.
freaking Wick. This is not okay. We can't
It's
compare this
higher
movie
than
to
that.
John Wick.
It's higher than John Wick.
But we can't compare. We can't be like, this is the John Wick of Star Wars. Just because he's
It's
a
like if
bounty hunter
John
that
Wick
everyone's
had a
afraid of.
dog
That's
that
like
followed him around during
that's
the
like
movie.
that's like the most like weak like comparison of a character of all time. Like, this is so no. I don't think you understand how this enrages me that this is the conversation that we're having. This is not okay. And you know what, Justin?
Yeah.
I blame you for bringing this up, this topic, and for you just not clarifying it as if like this is okay. No.
Anthony, you ever like take part in one of these podcasts and think to yourself, this is kind of like the John Wick of podcasts.
Stop it! No,
Like,
this
if
is
you think about
okay.
it.
I don't like
Every
this is not
single
okay.
day.
Every
Justin.
time?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah,
no,
every single
I'm
podcast.
starting to
why?
really
Why are
get
we
that
doing this?
feeling that
This
we
is
are
not
the
okay.
John Wick
We
of
can't
the
be
podcasting
Grogu
industry.
doesn't like
We
it.
are.
Grogu's going away. You see Grogu going away because of this dumbassery
But
that I'm
Cameron,
listening
John
to right
Wick
now.
is pew 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 action.
Stop
action,
it!
action.
No,
This
no.
movie is
no.
pew 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 action action.
Thank
action.
you so much for watching. This has been another episode of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Cameron.
Justy.
And
we'll see you next week for Backrooms. Goodbye.
Wahoo.